And a bit more? Okay. I want to hope so, Frogu, but the biggest issue we have is that it doesn't depend on me. Did you release on my notepad? I think, did all of my previous tabs close? Did I close all of my previous tabs? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I did save this, so it's not like this is an issue. Minutes. I think I'm set up. All I need to do now is get into it. Since it's a couple of minutes before 5 p.m., which is when I said I was going to actually start, I have some final prep I can still do. Liliko first. Do two things here. I need to go to the Pokemon Move Deleter to delete Lobro Surf. Need to delete Swallow's Hidden Power Rock. Then I need to... Anyone else's moves that I had to delete? No. 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 Need to go to Falarbor Town and use one of the few remaining heart scales I had. To teach Swallow Quick Attack. I also wanted to manually show what it would look like to manually burn Swallow. I've been using a script to burn Swallow. If I weren't using a script, what I would have to do is come to a town like Oldale Town where there's like fire type Pokemon or something, and not Numel. Or actually, Numel works if it has Ember. Go into Swallow. And like waste a few turns somehow. Get hit with Ember. Burn? No. I could use an Oranberry to heal. While he keeps using Ember. In the hopes of getting burned. If a Slugma came out, I would attack it. Because Flame Body is a higher chance than Ember is to burn. Fine. Let's keep going until we're burned. This is the reason I was using the burn script on Swallow, because this, it's doable. Like, I could come back to this patch of grass and safely burn my Swallow every time. But it was just time consuming and needless. We're just waiting to get burned. It's the final piece. It's one of the final pieces of setup. Yep. 10% chance to burn. It could happen this turn. It could happen in 12 turns. We don't know. Waiting to get burned, waiting to get burned. Come on. Anytime now. I also need to quickly look for... I need to quickly look for a Shroomish as well, because I need... Actually, I don't need Salamence to be slept. I just really need Swallow to be burned. If this takes a bit too long, I will just do the script, because there's no point. It's more likely to burn than it is to crit, yet it's crit twice. Alright, I'll give it 5 more turns. If it doesn't burn, I will just use the script. I'm already about past this. I'm not... Alright, I'm using the script. I'm done with this. It would have looked nice to properly do it, but I don't have the patience for it. I'm gonna wait 10 minutes. Like I said exactly at 5 is when I go in. But let me introduce you to the team. We have, of course, Salamence. Very standard Pokemon that you bring into this Elite Four. We have our Shellbell. No, Shellbell should be different. Hold on, what's here? Mango Berry. Should give him a Mango Berry. Mango Berry. Mango berry. For those who don't know what a mango berry is, there's a bunch of berries like figgy berry, wiki berry, ayapapa berry, mango berry, and I forgot one of aguav. These berries in Generation 3 heal you for 1/8 of your HP, which for everyone except Swallow is more than 30 HP. So that's why everyone's getting a mango berry instead of a citrus berry. Because in Gen 3, citrus wasn't 30%, it was 30 HP. Wobbuffet also gets a mango berry. Swallow gets a mango berry. Dusclops gets a lumberry. Although I could also give it a mango berry, but this is just in case I need it for Gardevoir. Mango berry on Ludicolo. And a Lepa berry. Slowbro. Yeah, let me introduce you to the team. A good boy Salamence. Not the greatest stats. High HP, high speed, low attack, low special attack. But Salamence is cracked as is. Intimidate. Has Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, Air Slash, Rage for this fight. Salamence will be slept for the first two fights. Swallow, probably the most broken Pokemon I've ever caught in a ROM hack ever. This is Adamant Guts Swallow with 28 attack IV and 24 speed IV. This thing is the reason I'm here. If I don't get this Swallow and then save state it and then come back to the save state a few months later, I don't make it this far. I've made so many mistakes that were only recoverable because I had this bad boy on my team. And all because of the move Facade. Facade is a 70 power base normal move, but whose power is doubled when burned, paralyzed, or poisoned. So Facade goes from being a 70 base power move to 140. Not only that, Facade ignores the attack drop from burn, but Swallow has the ability Guts. If Swallow is burned, paralyzed, or poisoned, it gains a +1 attack boost. So 140 base power, plus the normal type, same type attack bonus, because Swallow is normal type. Plus the boost from Guts, giving us +1 attack. Plus later on a Silk Scarf. This is effectively stronger than Explosion on a Pokemon that is very fast. It is the fastest Pokemon in the entire Elite Four, barring the Pokemon with Swift Swim whose speed is doubled. Like, this is the insane. Then we have Wobbuffet, who came to like 3 fights total in the entire game, but is crucial to this Elite Four. Wobbuffet makes it so that the risks I take are comparably less risky than what I would have had to have taken otherwise. The stats are not great. The 0 defense kind of hurts. 15 special attack is nice, but 24 HP means good odds of surviving almost every hit. And of course, Destiny Bond, Mirror Encore Encounter. We then have our buddy Dusclops with very high attack, with 20 base attack, minus attack nature, which is kind of annoying, kind of hard, but we run it anyway. Pressure is not that useful, but it is good to have. It makes it so that every time enemy uses a move that is attacking you, it effectively counts as the move using twice, even though it went once, and only counts once the damage and everything. So it basically consumes 2 power points for the price of 1, which is necessary. You learn with Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak, Ice Beam, and Psychic. Your moveset will vary a lot. And we have our Ludicolo. Rain Dish is okay. Swift Swim would have been slightly better, but Rain Dish also means that we heal in rain, which there is a rain fight in this Elite Four. Glacier is in permanent rain. $31 HP is great. Max HP IV, that's honestly the best that I could have hoped for. Being maxed out. Even better than the rest of them. Neutral Nature is also fine. And lastly, we have Slowbro. Stat-wise, not the best. I mean, 10 HP IV kind of sucks, but high defense, high special defense, good. Decent speed, which has actually come in handy a couple of points. Decent special attack, decent attack. But most importantly, shell armor ability. This means that Slowbro is immune to critical hits. And guaranteeing that the enemy will not crit is such a necessity. You see, he only has 3 moves, and that's because we're going to round out its moveset with something you're not going to expect for me to give Slowbro. That is Toxic. Because Slowbro cannot get crit, Slowbro can effectively sit on a Pokemon forever, letting Toxic whittle it down, while it just heals itself constantly with Slack Off. Okay. And there's one more move I need to teach, which this one you're certainly not seeing coming. And that is Flash. We are teaching Flash to Slowbro. That means Slowbro does not have an attacking move. And it sounds crazy. But unironically, giving Flash to Slowbro gives me the safest lines in this game. I have a lot of money. I'm gonna buy a bunch of Hyper Potions. Bunch of Max Potions. Oh, I have no more room. Silly me. Let me sell some stuff. I don't need the rare candies anymore. I can sell those. I can sell the Pearl. I cannot revive a Pokemon. This is a Nuzlocke. I like that this gives you also ethers. And finally, using the script to keep Salamence asleep. And Swallow burned. Salamence is asleep. Swallow is burned. Both have Mago Berries. And this is it. All right. I have everything up. I'm sorry if people type out things and I miss it. If anything, I'm only going to be looking at Twitch chat, and I'm going to be very focused on the game and my notes. It's time. I'm going to also be narrating pretty much everything I do. If I take too many breaks, it's because I'm drinking water, because I'm very, very dehydrated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. You have an Asleep Salamence, a Burn Swallow, Mango Berry on everyone that isn't Dusclops who gets a Lumberry, and isn't Slowbro who gets a Lepa Berry. Everyone's power points are maxed out. Saving the game here. This is it. I'm already prepped. There's going to be a long Elite Four, but I'm ready. Beyond this point, only those trainers who have collected all the gym badges are permitted to enter. Trainer, let us confirm that you have all the gym badges. Believe in yourself and your Pokemon, and go forth. Let's send it. I'm also gonna open the calculator on the side. I probably don't need it, but in case something needs to be steered at last moment, I have it up. Alright. Welcome, Challenger. I'm Sydney of the Elite Four. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good. Looking real good. Alright, you and me. Let's enjoy a battle that can only be staged here in the Pokemon League. Banger. Okay. Let's do this. Sydney is leading with a Sableye. And I'm leading with Salamence to intimidate it down. Sableye is not your standard Sableye in this game. Sableye in this game has been buffed to basically be as strong as Mega Sableye would be normally. There's very few Pokemon in the game that deal with the Sableye in a safe way. Almost every possible way you could have of dealing with the Sableye encounters many risks, too many turns for the Sableye to do its thing. So we instead are going to take advantage of the fact that to balance out Sableye, while giving it insane stats, its speed is very slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to send out Wobbuffet on what the Sableye wants to use, which is Hidden Power Rock. Because Hidden Power Rock is super effective against Salamence because of a Flying type. And we're going to send Salamence back out for another Intimidate. This is 2 Intimidates. How much is this? Okay, this leaves me down to 279. Okay. Sableye is at -2. Ideally, I would like to get Sableye down to -3. But I'd be risking a crit, and the crit kills Salamence. So instead, I'm just going to go immediately to Slowbro on the -2. Okay. Again, Slowbro cannot get crit. So we are going to click Flash, which it's inaccurate. Flash is 70% accurate in this game. But if we hit it, our chances of winning this fight go from like 75% to 90%. We hit it. Okay, good. This is fine. Okay, you saw how much damage that took. Now, because we are faster, we can click slack off and heal back up. Okay, Sableye missed one. So what we can do is try and hit it with flash again to make it miss more often. We had 2 flashes, that's great. Slowbro's defense dropped, which is not good. We don't want Slowbro's defense to drop. So what we're going to do is, we're going to reset the defense drop by going to Swellow. Swellow is immune to Shadow Ball. And we're baiting Hidden Power Rock. We can go back to Slowbro. Hidden Power Rock hitting is perfectly fine. And we click slack off. Yeah, Sableye missed. There's an ad starting in 50 seconds. So now, we're going to click Toxic. Sableye has pretty much every Pokemon in this Elite Four has a Lumberry, so even if we Toxic once, we're going to have to Toxic again. He missed another Shadow Ball, which is beautiful. I want Slowbro as healthy as possible for when the next Pokemon comes out. So if we get another defense drop, like that, we're going to have to do the pivot to Swellow again. Okay. We can't use Swellow to pivot anymore. We go back to Slowbro on the Hidden Power Rock. Okay, there's an ad break in progress, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I have no hurries here. Yeah, we should be good enough here. Damn, 3-minute ads, come on. Let's go, Twitch. You are indeed a website of all time. Dead within 4 turns. I need no defense drops. If the defense drops happen, that's a bit bad. I have safe lines despite it, but I'd rather not have to use it because we're risking a little bit of Dusclops HP, which is fine. Dusclops is otherwise not coming out in this fight. But then you bait in things like Earthquake and stuff like that. It can get a bit tedious. Sorry. Still waiting on the ads to be over, and it should be over soon. I have set Twitch to play minimal ads, and it still plays ads like every half an hour or something like that. Very disappointed by the service. Okay, seems like we're back. 5-10 seconds. Alright. Now, Slowbro's back in and the defense has been reset, so Slowbro's back to full defense, and we can just click Slack off until Sableye dies. We don't need to click anything else. No defense drop, that was nice. Dead in 2 turns, actually, not 3 turns, not 4. It'd be nice if you miss. Okay. Since you can't crit and you have no more defense drops, we will be at 215 HP when Sableye dies. Slightly lower maybe if that Shadow Ball was a low roll. 214. Perfect. This is actually great HP to be at. This baits in Machamp specifically. Machamp wants to use Hidden Power Ghost on Slowbro. So, rather than immediately swapping to Swallow, we're going to swap to Ludicolo first. Bait out the Hidden Power Ghost. We were safe from crits there. We were never dead. We're going to Fake Out. That chip doesn't look like much, but it's very important. You now want to use Superpower. I'll quickly reconfirm that the Fake Out chip is... Yeah, Fake Out chip is 7% minimum. And because we don't have the Silk Scarf on Swellow for a very specific reason, we need a little bit more damage. So we're going to swap into Slowbro. On the Superpower. That should be enough. It does look a little bit low for my taste. So let me quickly check once more Ludicolo HP if Hidden Power Ghost crits. Hidden Power Ghost crits does max roll of 198. Okay. So we have a little bit more HP on Ludicolo to spare. The Hidden Power Ghost. To make this completely riskless, we're going to use one more Fake Out. Because the HP looks a little bit too high. Perfect. Now we're baiting either Superpower, Earthquake, or Rock Slide, which Dusclops both tank and is immune to. Yeah, he's immune to Superpower. And now Machamp can only click Hidden Power Ghost. That allows us to get in Swallow undamaged. And Swallow will proceed to kill Machamp. Alakazam. And even Jolteon. And this is the reason we needed the Mago Berry on Swallow specifically, and not the Silk Scarf. Because of this Intimidate from Tauros, even with the Silk Scarf, Swallow cannot kill. Like, there's one roll, maybe, that kills, but the rest of them don't, and that Swallow's too valuable to risk here. So what we're going to do is instead, we're going to swap to Dusclops. Because Tauros wants to hit Double Edge. He might want to hit Quick Attack. Unlikely, but he's going to click Double Edge. And we send in Dusclops. Now he's going to hit Hidden Power Ghost, and we send in Salamence on the Hidden Power Ghost. This is for 1 Intimidate. much HP are we at? 213. We can do this pivoting once more. We go back to Dusclops on Double Edge. And back to Salamence. We can actually do this one more time to get him to -3. We can actually keep doing this until Tauros is at -6. The only caveat is that Salamence has to be above 136 HP when he gets swapped in. So he's currently -3. Again, we're going complete minimal risk. This puts him at -4. Puts him down to -5. And I think to avoid further problems, we keep him at -5 and we send in Slowbro. Slowbro, remember, cannot get crit. And at -5, the highest damage Tauros can do is 39 with Double Edge. So we just click, slack off. We slack off to full. And for good measure, we are going to click flash. This is unnecessary, really. But again, if I can make Tauros miss, it would be nice. This way, I have better control over his HP. Because we consumed the Leopard Berry, I'm going to click Recycle. Recycle gives us back our last used held item. Okay. I'll flash once more. Okay, missed. Perfect. So now I can slack off. Toxic. Again, much like every other Pokemon in the Silly Four, he has Lumberry. Double Edge missing, again, means that I have more control over his HP. Water bottle, there we go. Okay. We're going to click slack off now. See how much damage this does. Alright. So we click slack off here. Leopard Berry is going to trigger. Okay. I'm going to swap to Dusclops. Oh, I think I fucked up. I think his HP is too high. Too low, I think. Okay, no, perfect. Swapping to Dusclops means that Tauros is going to go for Hidden Power Ghost. We can swap in Swallow on this. On the turn that Tauros dies. And here's the coolest part of this entire sequence. In comes Houndoom. And you'll notice Houndoom intimidated me. I'm like, uh-oh. That's -1 attack. I don't have the Silk Scarf. Will I kill? No Silk Scarf. Burned. -1 Guts Swallow. Because I have 28 attack IV on this Swallow, this Facade is a guaranteed kill through the Intimidate. And that was Sydney. And that was the easiest one of them all. We now heal everyone to full HP. We heal everyone's power points. Even though not a lot was used, it is important to keep everyone topped up. Since it was mostly Slowbro and Swallow. I'm very annoyed with the fact that the check tag button is still there. Should make a ROM hack where that check tag thing is gone. Okay, and we give a Lepa Berry back to Slowbro. We give a Lumberry to Dusclops. And we go back to giving a Mago Berry or Mago Berry to everyone else. Double check on Wobbuffet's Berry. You're asleep, Mago. Full PP, slept Mago. Full PP, Mago. Full PP, Lum. Full PP, Mago. Lepa full PP. Okay. Emerald Legacy swap that? Yeah. Very useful, change that. Okay. Now Phoebe. Phoebe's usually easier than Sydney for a lot of people, but because I need Swallow to be burned for this fight, not quite. There's a couple of things that could go potentially wrong. But for the most part, we're fine. Out of the rest of the Elite Four specifically, Phoebe's notes are the lowest because there's not that many diverging paths. There's only 2. And in both of them, there are recovery methods. Not great. And one does risk a lot on Ludicolo, who we need for Glacia, so let's hope none of that comes to pass. So this time, just to make sure we are leading Dusclops. Yep. And move you down here for a little bit easier menuing. Okay. Phoebe time. I'm Phoebe of the Elite Four. I did my training on Mount Pyre. While I trained, I gained the ability to commune with ghost-type Pokemon. Yes, the bond I developed with Pokemon is extremely tight. So, come on. Just try and see if you can even inflict damage on my Pokemon. Alright. Phoebe's Gengar. Usually this is a demon to try and deal with. It has Thunderbolt. It has Destiny Bond. It has Hypnosis. Usually there's a bunch of issues with this guy. Thankfully, it's not likely to Destiny Bond on turn 1. It's pretty much a guarantee that it won't. So we can click Shadow Ball, go for the kill. He clicked Hypnosis, that's why we had the Lumberry. Our Shadow Ball has a few rolls, like half the rolls where it doesn't kill, but that's fine. Actually, more than half. We have priority Shadow Sneak. Just do that, Gengar's down. Now out comes Phoebe's Dusclops. This Dusclops is very scary because it has Shadow Ball Brick Break. Brick Break, by the way, illegal move, because you cannot teach your own Dusclops Brick Break. But we let that slide because the rest of the fight goes easy. So it's potentially going to Shadow Ball, but it's very likely to do something else. This Dusclops has Double Team and Rest. So it kind of wants to Double Team first. So we're going to swap onto Salamence to hit Intimidate. Yep, there's the Double Team. Now because there's a high chance he now... It's 50-50 whether he Shadow Balls or Double Team, so we're going to swap into Swallow. Double Team, that's fine. Another 50-50 shot, more like 70-30, that he's going to Double Team or going to click Brick Break, so we send in Salamence again. Which is -2. Okay, he's Double Teamed 3 times, so he's likely going to Shadow Ball now. Send Swallow in. There's the Shadow Ball. And put you down to -3. We're going to Brick Break. Okay. I'm not going to swap immediately into Slowbro, despite this going to be a Shadow Ball. But we have him at -3. Oh, he Double Teams, that's fine. We're going to repeat the same process with the Sableye and try to hit a Flash. It's very unlikely because he is at +4 evasion. +5 now. Oh, we hit one. Okay, Shadow Balls, he does how much? He did just under 60 damage there. So we're going to slack off to heal the foe. We're going to have to stall them out of Shadow Balls. 1 defense drop is fine. If he drops my defense again, I have to swap back to Swallow and then back to Slowbro. You missed that flash. Shadow Ball hits. Lepa Berry procs. Okay, so we click Recycle to recover our Lepa Berry. Okay. Okay, we're still at -1 defense, so we can keep healing. He's hitting a bunch of Shadow Balls through 2 flashes. Okay, we're at -2 defense now. So now, because I don't need Ludicolo for the rest of this fight, I'm sure. Yeah, Ludi does not come in on this fight at all. I can swap to Ludi, and then black to Slowbro. It's fine. We want him to be using Shadow Balls. We win yet? We're on the second one. We're going to be a while. It's going to take a while. Okay. Now we can slack off back to full. Okay, Shadow Ball missed. Do I have my Leopard Berry still? Yes, we do. Okay, so we can try to click Flash. That's good. That's 3 accuracy drops. We can get him down to -6. Did we already come across one of those please God don't crit situations? Not yet. Not yet. Okay, so Dusclops is, like I said, -2, -3 evasion? We shall find out. We're basically going to sit on this Dusclops until it runs out of power points. Click Recycle to recover the Leopard Berry we just used up. We slack off to keep ourselves healthy. Dusclops keeps missing, that's good. Us missing Flash is fine. That's 1 defense drop. Again. Swap around if we get down to -2. Wait, do we still have our Leopard Berry? We do. So I'm gonna just keep using Slack Off. Because I don't want the Leopard Berry to hit Flash right now. I want the Leopard Berry to hit Slack Off. Okay, that's -2 defense. How much health is Swallow at? Swallow is at 184. Okay. So now, we don't want to click Flash. And we're at -2. Is Ludicolo safe from Shadow Ball crit? Shadow Ball crit max roll is 243. Okay, Ludicolo's safe from Shadow Ball crit, so we can use Ludicolo's HP. He can also miss. And swap Slowbro back in. Shadow Ball miss. Okay, we can recycle now. Bring back our Leopard Berry. Shadow Ball keeps missing. That's great. Okay, he's out of Shadow Balls. So now he's using Brick Break. So now we can spam Flash. Recycle brings out... Yeah. Click Recycle, grab our Leopard Berry back. Flash. We're on purpose clicking Flash as many times as we can. Again, because we want him to miss. Yes, we are getting him down to 0 power points and he has to use Struggle. But... again, for HP purposes and avoiding risk purposes, it would be good to get his accuracy lower too. Okay, I think that's -4, right? Do I still have Lepa? Okay, I have Lepa Berry up. Consider the amount of times he's hit me. He's been at -3, -4 accuracy. -5 now. Okay, now he's clicking rest. We are still clicking flash because we want his struggles to miss. I think that's -6. We'll get the recycle to bring back the leopard berry. Deal with sack off. Continue process. I think that's -6, right? We'll find out here if it says his accuracy won't go lower. Perfect. Now we're going to consume the flash just to get it back with the leopard berry and recycle to get the leopard berry back. Okay. He's getting PP'd. Okay, he used struggle. So that means now I'm free to click toxic. Toxic's gonna miss a couple of times. It's fine. It's whatever. He's at +6 evasion, so. And he also has a lumberry to get rid of this. Toxic running out of PP also, no problem. Again, we have the leopard berry. On the last one, too. You see my consumption on PowerPoints is doubled. That's because Dusclops has pressure. Meaning that moves that I use against him, specifically, their consumption is doubled. So, Flash and Toxic, their consumption was doubled. That's why it was important to keep this leopard berry up at all times. Okay. Now, I need to pay attention to his HP. Once he's 2 turns from dead, I need to pivot. On the last turn of his death, I need to swap Swallow in. Dialga Park have the same? Yes. Most legendaries have the same. Okay. Interesting. I think he's not dead this turn. Unless he hits struggle. But even then, the struggle is going to do 1 damage to him. So I think I slack off this turn. He clicks struggle. He misses. He's almost dead. There we go. And now we swap to Swallow. Takes a burn. Dusclops dies to the poison. Out comes Ludicolo. This Ludicolo also just up and dies to this facade. And there's nothing you can do about it. It should go Gardevoir now. Gardevoir also just up and dies to this facade. Good. And now it's Crobat. Crobat sees a kill, so we're going to swap in Salamence. To intimidate. Heat Wave is good because Salamence resists it. And you are now going to click Air Slash, so we swap in Wobbuffet. You are -1. Now you are -2. Since we have HP to spare on Wobbuffet, that crit was perfectly fine and accounted for. Okay, so we're swapping in Salamence will give us -3. And because we don't need Dusclops HP either, we can also swap in Dusclops. If we can get Crobat to -6, it'd be even nicer, so we can swap to Crobat on the Air Slash. Yep. Balance on either Hypnosis or Air Slash. -4. This is good because getting rid of Hypnosis helps Slowbro. -5. Again, beautiful on the Hypnosis. And you're -6 now. This is also the reason why Salamence was pre-slept. Not just to not get slept by Hypnosis, but also to not get burned by Heat Wave. Now Crobat is -6 and we can swap in Slowbro for free. Okay. Crucially, this time we are not going to click Flash. We do not want this Crobat's accuracy to be lower. But we are going to stall it out of moves. Right now, the reason it's using Heat Wave is because we've dropped its attack so much that it only sees doing damage with Heat Wave. The burn is unfortunate, but it's fine. It also prevents us from getting slept. There technically is one lose condition here. And that's Crobat getting repeated flinches over and over. Because Air Slash has a chance to flinch. There's the Lepa Berry. Click Recycle to get our Lepa Berry back. There's going to be a long stall, sorry, because there's a lot of moves we need to stall out. But it is the safest way to do this. The reason I'm doing this stall in particular, because honestly, I could have just gone to like Ludicolo, fake out twice, and then sent in Swellow on like a Hypnosis turn, and then killed him. But it's because of his last Pokemon in the back, and I'll explain why once it comes out. So far, we just need to keep clicking Slack off. This is the dangerous part, where Air Slash flinches, like that, stacked with the burn damage, start to take a hold. Each Slack off heals for 155 HP specifically. Every time he doesn't Air Slash, we're back to full HP. Air Slash has 16 power points and he hit 2 on Fet, 4 on Clops, and 1 on Bro. There's a flinch. There's another one. Okay. Lepa Berry. Boom. The reason Crobat is doing so little damage and never crits, again, Shell Armor on Slowbro. Physically cannot get crit. We need to keep going until Crobat is out of power points altogether. Now, it's alternating between Hidden Power and Air Slash because at -6, they're basically doing the same amount of damage. So it's a 50-50, whichever he goes for. He might also just be out of Air Slashes. Which I forgot. The good thing about swapping to Dusclops is that Dusclops has pressure. So every Air Slash used count as 2 PP gone. So he might be soon out. Once he's out of Hidden Power Ground and Air Slash, he'll start clicking Hypnosis. Okay, Flinch Luck has been fantastic. Don't need to click anything else. We can't Toxic it because it's a poison type. We don't need to click Flash because we want it to hit us. Just keep clicking Slack Off. It'll eventually tire itself out. Let's check. Do I have my Leper Berry on me? Yep, I do. Okay, this consumes my Leper Berry. Should be close to out of Air Slashes, so we're just gonna start clicking Slack Off. Okay, he hidden powered there. Click Recycle. He might be out of Air Slashes. If I didn't miscount, I think he has 2 left. 1 left. There's a flinch. Yeah. Alright, we didn't flinch that time. We were still fine if we had flinched one more time. No, okay, I miscounted. That's 3 Air Slashes. It is 16 power points, right? I'm not tripping. Salamence has Air Slash too, so we should check. It's 25. Never mind. Never mind. We're here a while. Did I remember to click Recycle? Yes, I did. You can immediately check if Crobat has its Leper Berry by just going to the menu and seeing if it has a held item on it. We flinch that turn, so we Slack Off. So far, I've been hit with, I think, 2 crits, and it's all been crits I've accounted for and riskless crits. Crits that would not sway the battle. Genuinely, this Crobat otherwise Not that hard to deal with. Like, if I was just aiming to kill this Crobat, 2 Psychics from Slowbro would guarantee the kill. But again, this Crobat is not the reason. Like, and that's kind of the issue with this planning for this Elite Four. It's never been about what we think the demons are. It's for the next demon coming in that we need to prepare. Air Slash, this might flinch. Nope. That flinched over there. It used Hypnosis. It's out of attacking moves. It's completely out of attacking moves now. Now we just need to wait for it to go to hit struggle. Hypnosis has 10 power points, I think. If it's been upped, it's probably up to 16. Did I recycle? Yes, I did. Okay. Keep going until it runs out of moves. No risks, no flinches, no nothing left. Leverberry triggered. I don't need to recycle, but I'm doing it out of habit now. Build the habit of doing it so that the next one that I still need to do it. It goes up to 16, yeah. Keep going. No hurry here. We're very close. There it is. Crobat is now hitting struggle. Big reveal. The reason Salamence was slept is because we needed Salamence to not get burned by the heat wave that Crobat was using. Because what we want to do on this Crobat is click Rage. This is a move that Salamence does not learn, but Bagon does. This is a move you keep from the moment you get the Bagon up until the Elite Four, which is from Gym 4 onwards. Like, once you've beaten Gym 4, you grab the Bagon and you keep Rage in its moveset until here. The reason being, when you use Rage, the next turn you get hit, you get a +1 boost to your attack. I've used Rage once, I've got a +1 boost to my attack. And this is why it's important. We needed Crobat to not miss. That's why we didn't use Flash. Every Rage I use ups my attack by 1 stage. Because Crobat has to hit me with struggle. It's got no moves. It's got nothing left to do. The Salamence's Rage is building. That was more damage than it was last time. I'm +1. Yeah, I'm now +2 attack. +3 attack. And this is all safe to do because we dropped Crobat's attack to the minimum. And with struggle, The highest damage Crobat can do, maximum roll crit, is 90. Puts me at +4. At +5, I think. Yeah, so because Crobat is faster, however many rages I've used, -1 is how many attack buffs I'm on. So currently I'm at +5. I use one more to be +6. +5 was plenty, but +6 while I'm here. I can even kill him with rage if I want to, just because. You see that crit? I was always living that crit. And the big reveal. Sableye. You'd be like, huh, but you dealt with the Sableye earlier. Why couldn't you just do the same strategy? Well, this Sableye has Double Team and Recover. So not only would it have been harder to hit, I don't have the health on Salamence to be able to alternate swapping and intimidating it down again. Because look at the damage some of my Pokemon have taken. I can't keep doing that. But, because I'm max attack, this Air Slash cleanly one-shots the Sableye. And that's Phoebe. 2 down. Two out of 4. Now we can heal everyone's max HP. Make sure, check the notes, heal everyone to full. Yep. Held items. Mega Berry on Salamence. Mega Berry on Wobbuffet. Even actually, I think I could go with Lumberry on Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet's HP afterwards doesn't matter. Let's keep Leopard Berry on Slowbro. What we have? Double check items. Oh, Mango Berry on Dusclops, yep. Mango Berry, Lum, Mago, Lum. Okay, we swap Ludicolo's item for a Lumberry. Okay, then we heal the burn on Slowbro. We now use a bunch of ethers. We bought many of them. Double check that we are max PP on everything. Even on recycle, just to make sure. Yeah, max power points, okay. We also have to change some moves. So this is the toxic stall on the Dusclops was the last toxic stall I'm going to do this one. We're swapping out toxic for safeguard. And we are teaching Dusclops seismic toss. And the final piece of the puzzle, the white herb. I'm gonna give that to Swallow. All right, we are ready for the next one. And for Glacia. Glacia was by far the hardest to prepare for. There were so many just diverging paths, potential problems. It's the longest set of notes. Actually, it's tied with Drake. They're both very, very long set of notes. There's a whole bunch of ways it could go. It all depends on turn 2 and 3. All right, we're going in. No looking back now. And you see how it's raining? This is part of the problem. It's not even the entire problem. This is only part of it. Welcome. My name is Glacia of the Elite Four. I have traveled from afar to Hoenn, so I may hone my ice skills. But all I have seen are challenges by weak trainers and their Pokemon. What about you? It would please me to no end if I could go out all against you. Go all out against you. Alright. This is the reason we kept the white herb throughout the entire game. There's more reasons, but this is the reason I tunneled on keeping the white herb. This Glalie has Intimidate. I have nothing else in my box that cleanly one-shots this Glalie except for Swallow, and I don't need the Silk Scarf to do it. Because this Glalie's only moves are like Spike and Explosion, or Ice Beam, I cannot leave this thing up. If I leave spikes up on the field, I take too much damage swapping in, and it's very hard to navigate the fight. So instead, we consume the white herb here, and we just facade this thing off the face of this earth. And it was never going to be that easy. Here comes Regice. And this is the reason this game can go south. These 2 turns right here. It's a 50-50 between Ice Beam and Thunder that Regice is going to use. Ideally we want Thunder, but either is okay. If it's Ice Beam, we need it to not crit. I'll take the freeze, I'll take the paralyze, but we need it to not crit this turn. It didn't crit. Good. We need it to not crit this turn as well. This is the do or die moment. This is the part I had no answer for. If either of these two had crit, it is very hard to recover. I mean, I have a 10% chance of winning this fight if either of these two moves crit. Let's just not crit. A click counter, that's fine. There's a problem with the AI in which it thinks that a Pokemon swapping in is a physical move, and if it doesn't see a kill, it might just click counter. There's also like a 1 in 200 chance it clicks explosion, which, not the worst. Just don't crit. Just don't crit. He didn't fucking crit! Let's go! Demon down. Fucking demon down. Okay. 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 That was the most important turn of this fight. Now, this fight gets so much easier. Ice Beam's a bit annoying. Don't freeze? No freeze. Okay. Now we're going to stall Dugong out of its moves. I'm going to click Slack off. Until we're full HP. Specifically full HP. Because while Dugong at full HP cannot 2-hit KO me, if I'm not at full HP, it can 2-hit KO me before I even get a chance to move. So we're going to click Safeguard. Because there's a chance it randomly chooses to Ice Beam. We don't want to get frozen. I need to pay attention to the Safeguard as well. Okay, hidden powers are coming in. Fine, you just keep going until we're back to full HP. Like drill run, that's fine. Perfectly fine. Alright. We're gonna click flash. We're no longer protected by safeguard. Good that I saw that. Fine. Dugong's hidden power grass will always do under 155 HP. That's why we're always gaining HP on every slack off. It does anywhere from like, let me check the calc. I think up to 130 max roll, if I remember correctly. Slowbros, yeah, up to 134 maximum roll. So I'm always going to gain HP so long as I click slack off. And 134 is 268, so we can afford to click flash here. Missed the flash. We are under 268, so we need to always click slack off. Under 268, we always click slack off. 273, I want to click slack off again. We're back to full. Lepa Berry triggers. I don't need to recycle just yet. Click flash. Okay, we got one flash in. Cool. I'm gonna recycle this turn. We are above 134, so we are going to gain HP. It's gonna look close, but it really isn't. Again, the safety net of having a character that cannot get crit made this entire Elite Four doable. I have hit it with Flash once, so at some point it might miss, like that. Considering we've done one Lepa Berry, we've done 13 of these, 1 here, 3 here. So that's 13, 16, 17. It's 17 turns. So I think I'm going to Flash again. Because he has used Drill Run a couple of times. Okay, good. Perfect, and power missing. Once he starts using other moves than hidden power, I need to keep Safeguard up at all times. I should have clicked Flash, but that's fine. We did Flash's PP, okay. So next decider moment. The next big decider moment is what happens on the Lapras, but again, that moment is not huge because I have contingencies for that. For this to go smoothly, Ludicolo needs to avoid getting crit. Okay, now he's starting to miss a lot because of the flashes that we have used. Let me check my Lepa Berries in hand. Yep. We can keep clicking Flash. Drop his accuracy as maximum as we can go. Flash has 70 base accuracy. That's why you see me sometimes just miss Flash. Okay, Surf. So he no longer has enough Drill Runs, no longer has Hidden Power Grass. So we are going to set up a Slack Off. I should have safeguarded. Because now it's overlapping between Ice Beam and Surf. Oh, we did have Drill Runs. Okay. Okay, my Lepa Berry is still up. Yep. Flash. Accuracy won't go lower. Okay, so his accuracy has been bottomed out. Cycle. Again, we want to run this out of power points. Safety purposes only. Okay, Lepa Berry brings Safeguard back. That did about 100 and... No, did about 98, 97. No longer covered by Safeguard? Okay. Now that we're safeguarded up, now I can cycle to get my Lepa Berry back. Berry triggers. For those wondering why Safeguard specifically, Safeguard prevents you from getting statused, so you can't get paralyzed, burned, slept, or frozen. Or poisoned. This way we avoid the Dugong freezing us, because it has Ice Beam. That ally Safeguard dropped. And you'd think it's here for the slow row. It's actually not really just here for the slow row. It's for the turns after. My power points are back. Okay. Now we just basically stem slack off until the safeguard runs out, then we click safeguard. No longer covered by safeguard. Ice Beam is his lowest damaging move, I think. So it's going to click that last. So that's why we need Safeguard up. Did I? Yep. Now, while Safeguard is up, no reason to click anything else other than Slack Off in case he hits. Sorry. Don't want to misgender the Dugong. Fill up a berry again. Yeah, tanking everything, trying not to get crit. Slowly recycling, slacking off, safeguarding. Again, we need to wait it out. We need to wait out the ice beams. So we need to wait out everything. It's fine. Once it starts struggling, I can set up for the rest of the play. Okay. Safeguard run out? Nope. Or did it run out? No, I think the safeguard already ran out and I didn't even notice. Yeah. Again, trying not to get frozen. Also, if you're noticing the turn speeds are happening slightly faster than in regular Pokemon, that's because this version specifically has text as fast as it could possibly go. Like even faster than the settings allow you to do. Poor Dugong has not hit a move in so long. There's the Leopard Berry again. The ice being missing is huge. Like, that's the biggest thing I wanted. Party is no longer protected by safeguard. It'd be very funny if it freezes now. Didn't freeze. How many motherfuckers on my PP stalling this fight? Technically one more, but that one's specific and we'll get to it. Because it won't be this long on the other one. Oh, the safeguard probably dropped. Okay, Dugong is starting to struggle. So I'm going to use the Leopard Berry to get my safeguards back up. I'm also going to use leper berries to get my slack offs back up. I cannot leave. I cannot let Slowbro get off the field without the leper berry equipped. We consume the leper berry here, and I click recycle once more. All right. Ally party is no longer... That's fine. Okay, Slowbro is mostly set up now to do what it needs to do. So now we swap into Dusclops, because Dusclops' HP doesn't really matter here in this fight. The reason we taught Seismic Toss is because I don't want Dusclops to crit this Dugong. Seismic Toss does fixed damage. It'll do whatever damage your level is. So because I'm level 100, I'm doing exactly 100 damage. Dugong has 321 HP. So doing 2 Seismic Tosses gets it down to 120... What's written here? 121, minus the little bit of damage that is taken from Struggle. Ludicolo's minimum damage is 154, so Ludicolo kills this. But I don't want to send in Ludicolo just yet. There's one last thing I need to do, and we go back to Slowbro. We set up a safeguard. And then we send in Ludicolo. Now, we don't fake out because we don't want turns to pass where Safeguard is not up, so we're just going to click Giga Drain, kill Dugong, be at full HP. And now out comes Lapras. Not full HP, it's fine. We are faster than Lapras, and we 3-hit KO with Giga Drain. The Rain Dish also helps because it heals me in between turns. Guaranteed 3-hit KO. We can't get frozen. The crit sucks. But as long as I don't get crit again, we're safe. Right, we could not get paralyzed because of Safeguard. Are we Giga Drain? We're a bit low on HP, so the Swampert might suck. But it'll be fine. Wailord comes out. Does Wailord see kill with Water Spout? No, it doesn't. Doesn't see kill with Hyper Voice either. Okay. So we're going to swap into Slowbro. And this is the second last PP stall of the Elite Four. Now then, I'm not stalling all of its moves, don't get me wrong. I need to stall it out of the move Water Spout. It has 8 of them. I just need to count along with the 8 Water Spouts. This is why it was important that Slowbro had the Leper Berry when being swapped out. Because I'm not clicking any other move except for Slack Off. I have 20 Slack Offs. He has to use 8 Water Spouts. So far he's used none. It likes using Amnesia because it likes keeping itself alive against grass types. There's one. YouTube chat, I know you want to count along with me, but you are a bit delayed, so you won't be able to. Because we're faster, we'll always heal first. That's 2. That's 3. So what's happening is the reverse of what happened with Dugong. Because Water Spout is more likely than not to be above half my HP, it looks like every turn I'm losing very little HP. I can keep going until my Slack Off heals me to 180 or higher. As long as that's what happens, we're good. So after Slack Off, I need to be at 180 or higher. And I know Slack Off heals for exactly 155. So I can go down to 25 HP, and I'll be fine. He's used 3 Water Spouts so far. That's 4. It can't click Hyper Voice because Water Spout is just more damage because it's raining. 5. Also, Slowbro has more defense than special defense. That is 6. That is 7. At 97, there's a chance he clicks... No, there's no chance he clicks Water Spout. Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice's highest roll is 95. Go 7. And that is 8. And I know for a fact I counted correctly. Because the first... I had 10 Slack-Offs. And the first Slack-Off he used Amnesia on. But the rest of them were Water Spouts. And I'm down to 1. I've used 9 Slack-Offs total. That means that its only moves left are Amnesia, Hyper Voice, and Self-Destruct. Guess who happens to have a Ghost type? In honor of Pichal, just blow up, you piece of shit, please. We just kill it too, which also works. It didn't blow up, which is funny. But we can also just kill it. It's fine. Alright, final Pokemon is the Swampert. Swampert is likely going for Yawn. It could also just click Ancient Power, and if it Ancient Power crit and boosts, it'll suck, but we can still navigate out of it. Here we just swap to Ludicolo on what is potentially Yawn. Or Muddy Water. He missed Yawn. That's perfect. That was the best possible outcome. So, we fake out for a little bit of healing with Rain Dish. And at 198, we are safe from every critical strike from Ancient Power. The highest damage this Swampert can do to me is 196. We would have to be a bit concerned if it got the Omni boost there. We'd have to then swap to... The crit was unnecessary. That would have killed. We would have had to swap to Dusclops. But that is Glacia. That is 3 out of 4. Okay. So now I do not heal my Pokemon up to full. I have notes for this. I need to heal my Pokemon to specific HPs. Swallows, I'm not going to heal. Just straight up not going to heal. Wobbuffet, I want to get to as close to 474 if we can. That's 469. So I use an Oranberry and get us to 479. Let me quickly check. One thing on the calculator I need to check specifically. So if we are at 469, we take max roll. 9 minus 262. That leaves us at 207. Plus the Magoberry healing, which is 68, I think. Okay, no, 269 is fine. And 269 minus the min roll, which is 222. No, sorry, 469 minus the min roll, which is 222. 247. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. 469 is fine. Okay, we give Magoberry to Wobbuffet instead of the Lumberry. Check the rest of my notes. Slowbro has to be as close to 292 as possible. How much are you at? You're at 82. Okay, we can get you exactly 292. Even exactly with citrus berries. Ludi goes up to full. Klops goes up to full. Okay. We now need to teach moves first, because there's a bunch of moves that need to change now. First, on Salamence, we teach Rock Tomb. And we get rid of Air Slash. Also to Salamence, we give Brick Break. Okay. We give Earthquake to Dusclops. And we remove Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss was only necessary for Glacia. We then teach Ice Beam to Slowbro. Instead of Safeguard, Safeguard did its job. And we teach Surf to Slowbro. Okay, that's all the moves, right? Surf, Slack Off, Flash. Let me quickly check the moves, make sure I'm not missing anything. You have Facade, Aerial Ace, Fly, Quick Attack. You have Destiny Bond, Miracle, and Core Encounter. You have Dragonclaw, Rock Slide. Dragonclaw, Rock Slide, Rock Tomb, Brick Break. You have Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak, Ice Beam, and Earthquake. You have Magical Leaf, Fake Out, Ice Beam, Giga Drain, and you have Surf, Slack Off, Flash, and Ice Beam. Recover the power points on everyone. They just used the Leopard Berry. You didn't use a move at all, so you don't need it. You need Shadow Ball restored. And Shadow Sneak restored. And for comfort, we're also going to click on Earthquake, but you didn't use it, so. You for Fake Out. You want Giga Drain. You want Slack Off. Ideally, I'd remove Flash, but I can't because it's an HM. Yeah. I think that's it, right? Oh, item. Item and Swallow. The Silk Scarf. Okay. Swallow. Burned. Silk Scarf. Facade Air Release Fly Quick Attack. A little bit of pre-damage. Okay. Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet, you have the Mago Berry, Destiny Bond Mirror Encore counter, no pre-damage. Well, no. No status, a little bit of pre-damage. Salamence, Mago Berry, Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, Rock Tomb, Brick Break, no pre-damage, no status. Clops. Actually, Clops we give the spell tag to. And Ludicolo, we give the Miracle Seed to. Okay. This is the important fight where, if it goes well, I have all 6 Pokemon available to me. For the champion fight. If it goes as poorly as possible, it'll be a 3-mon champ. Average outcome? If I sacrifice Swallow, 5-mon champ every time. We shall see if it comes to that. I'm hoping it doesn't. But there is a chance it does. God damn it. OBS is telling me Twitch's ads are going to play if I'm not waiting on it. Let me just play the ads so I'm not like in the middle of ads while I'm going through fucking Drake of all people. Actually, it gives me a chance to go to the bathroom. Be right back. I've been holding it in. All right. All right. I have Le Piste, and I am Le Ready. We're going to Drake, baby. We're going to Drake with all 6 Pokemon. And we need only 3 for the champion. Final check. I know I've checked 3 times, but I'll check 4. Silk, Spell Tag, Miracle Seed, Lepa. Okay. Yeah, moves. So, Surf Ice Beam. Ice Beam Earthquake. Rock Tomb Brick Break. Side Quick Attack. Alright. This one was the one I spent the longest time on, not because it was harder than Glacia, but because there's more variance than in Glacia. Like, just in turn 2, sorry about that, was being offered dinner. Alright. Drake. I'm going straight in. No more. I'm the last of the Elite Four. Drake, the Dragon Master. In their natural state, Pokemon are wild living things. They're free. At times they hinder us, at times they help us. For us to do battle with Pokemon as partners, do you know what it takes? Do you know what is needed? If you don't, then you will never prevail over me. Yeah, I had to mute. Don't worry about it. We're fine now. This here was my favorite thing to plan for the entire thing. Yeah. This was my favorite thing to plan for in the entire Elite Four. This Swallow. Adamant Nature, Burned Guts, Silk Scarf, 28 Attack IV, Stab Facade Swallow. Wipes the floor with this Latios. There's more Pokemon that could potentially one-shot Latios or anything, but none of them are as fast as Swallow is, and Latios is a fast boy. No other Pokemon in the game, barring maybe I think Tauros or Slacking, give you the ability to one-shot that guy. Alright. Kingdra comes out. This is where the divulging lines start. So the reason I didn't heal Swallow to full and kept Swallow at 184 HP now. Ideally, a little bit lower would have been better, but you know what? It's fine. There are some rolls. It's completely random between Octazooka, Ice Beam, and Draco Meteor that Kingdra wants to use. We're going to swap into Slowbro to do the same thing that we did with Whale Lord, where we're going to completely stall it out of Draco Meteor moves. Not because it's going to run out, but because if it spams Draco Meteor, it's going to take itself out. If it Octazooka or Ice Beams, completely safe. A Draco Meteor. Okay, this is the line that is the riskiest. So now you need to put us under half HP. That is a lot under half HP. What? Does my Slowbro not have a Mago Berry? Please tell me I forgot to put Mago Berry on Slowbro. Oh no. Oh my god, I forgot to put the Mago Berry on Slowbro. I even quadruple checked the items and then kept the Lepa Berry on. God damn it. My mistake. This is completely my mistake. So there is a note here for when this mistake happens. Also, fun fact, at 129 HP... Let me quickly check, because there's a chance that it didn't even matter. Hold on. 1/8 of 310 is... $38. So that was 129 plus 38. That's 59, 60. Oh. No, this is steerable. Don't worry about... This is fine. Like, I planned specifically for this. So, fun fact. Even if I... No, I'm not going to reset and put it on. Because even if I had the Mago Berry here... Slowbro was still in range of Kingdra, so it would have had to do what I'm about to do anyway. See, Kingdra... Her maximum damage roll of Draco Meteor onto Slowbro is 169 damage. If I would have had the Mago Berry heals me for 38 HP. I would be at 167. There's a chance I still just... And I cannot risk Slowbro. Slowbro is absolutely unnegotiable here. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to Swellow. Swellow, you have been unbelievable. You are the reason I made it here. If I don't have this Swellow, not only do I not make it here, I would have never even gotten close. But unfortunately, we say goodbye. Pay our respects to the Slowbro. The Swellow, sorry. And Kingdra takes enough damage, I think, to put herself... how much damage is she at? She did 1 on Slowbro, which did... Slowbro was at 292. Just doing numbers right now. Give me a second. 292, and it ended at 129. It did 163, so that is about this much. It did about 18% recoil damage here. And then onto Swellow was 184. 20% recoil damage, so 21% plus 18-ish percent. No, it was less. It was 154 because of the burn shape. No, because I swapped in and then died. Okay, no. 184. 21 plus potentially 17. 21 plus 17 is 38% damage. Salamance's lowest roll is 62. Okay. Yep. Okay. Salamence here kills with Dragon Claw. If this doesn't kill with Dragon Claw, I am actually resetting and putting the Mago Berry on. But this shouldn't. Shouldn't survive. Yeah, Kingdra's dead. Now they send in their own Salamence. We're on line 2. Okay. We're perfectly fine. We are on line 2. So now Salamence is going to hit Draco Meteor on Wobbuffet. This is the slightly riskier line because Draco Meteor crit here sucks. Okay. This puts us at 271, which is exactly max roll. No, it's under max roll. Highest damage Salamence can do right now is 262. Provided he doesn't crit, Salamence goes down. Wobbuffet holds. And this sends out Tyranitar. Okay. So, into Tyranitar, it is Random Move, Ancient Power Earthquake, or Hidden Power Bug. We want to see Earthquake. Hidden Power Bug is fine. Don't crit. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Okay. So we do just Fake Out for the little bit of chip damage because it'll help. It doesn't guarantee anything, but it helps. And we're going to Giga Drain. He sees a kill now with both Ancient Power and Hidden Power Bug. Giga Drain is going to keep us healthy enough so that neither of those moves without a crit kill. The Ancient Powers. I'm at 21. Okay. This Giga Drain should kill. There's a couple of rolls where it doesn't, and I'm fine if it doesn't. It didn't. Oh, okay, it did. Okay, thankfully. Now goes into Dragonite. Dragonite sees kill with extreme speed and only extreme speed. We swap into Salamence, and this is the reason we taught Salamence Rock Tomb. Extreme speed, don't crit. Would be nice if you don't crit. Okay, he didn't crit. Right, so the reason we talk Salamence Rock Tomb is because Dragonite is slower than Salamence and wants to click Dragon Dance. We can now effectively loop Dragonite into just clicking Dragon Dance until it's faster, because it sees no kills on my Salamence, and because of the Intimidate, the attack raise is now normal. So now he's at neutral attack. So his Rock Slide's highest damage roll is 186. We're going to Rock Tomb again. He might crit here. He didn't. This Mago Berry keeps us out of Extreme Speed range. The highest roll of Extreme Speed is 123, so he has to click Rock Slide again, and we can just take the kill with Rock Tomb. Now it sends out Latias. Now because we gave the Dusclops Spell Tag, Dusclops Shadow Ball into Shadow Sneak is like 95% chance to kill. And because of Swallow's death, as well as the mass amount of damage I've taken on everyone else, I'm going to sack Ludicolo to this Latias. I'm not doing it lightly, but it is the least risky thing I could do. Because if I were to swap to Duskull now, and Latias crits, it'll use Dragonclaw the turn after, and that could crit, and Dusclops is dead, and there's nothing I can do about it. So to avoid the crit, unfortunately, we're sacrificing the boy Ludi. Dragonclaw sees kill on... See? That crit. That crit. That could have been Dusclops. Dragonclaw sees kill on Salamence, on pretty much Salamence, even if he's not full HP. So he was always going to click Dragonclaw. And now Spell Tag wielding. We click Shadow Ball. Tank the Dragonclaw. Latias is very likely to also click. That is a very good roll of damage. This is very good damage. And Shadow Sneak kills. And that is Drake. Was the Swallow Death planned? Yes. So, initially I fucked up. I forgot to give the Mago Berry to Slowbro to out-heal Kingdra. But what I noticed... Yeah, he had a Leopard Berry. Kingdra had high-rolled Draco Meteor on the swap-in. So what we did was... Swallow killed... Swallow... Guts boosted Facade, Silksarf, Swallow killed Latios. Kingdra came out. And Kingdra clicked Draco Meteor. I swapped Slowbro in on that Draco Meteor. And I got down to 129 HP. Mago Berry would have healed me to 167. Because I have low HP IVs. Max roll from Kingdra is 169. So there were 3 rolls that killed me. So I would have... Even if I had reset back to the last save and put the Mago Berry on and did the fight as intended, Swallow would have still had to have died because of the max roll from Kingdra. Because the problem is, so many of the low rolls don't get me down to 155, so I pre-damaged to 292. But then the high rolls really fuck me up, and I got high rolled. So I just swapped Swallow into the Kingdra, into the Draco Meteor, and then Revenge killed with Mence. I Wobbuffet mirror-coated Mence. Then Ludicolo fake out double Giga Drain T-Tar. And then Mence swapped in on the extreme speed from Dragonite and then just Rock Tombed it down. Then I let Ludi die on Latias. And sent in Spell Tag Clops. Because with Spell Tag, Shadow Ball into Shadow Sneak was like a 98% chance to kill. I have a 4 Monchamp. And I have 2 pathways I can choose to do this. And now we heal everyone to full HP. I can... send it with the Wobbuffet. I can lead with Mence. But leading with Mence is riskier. Okay. Now we swap to Lumberry on Slowbro. Swap to... No, I got a funny that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give Shell Bell to Clops. But also... Shell Bell to Wobbuffet. And I'm going to give the Charcoal to Mence. Then I'm going to change a couple of moves. Let me check my notes. By the way, if anyone wants to know my notes for Steven, my notes for Steven say, give Wobbuffet a Shell Bell, put him first, send it. That's it. That's my combat notes for Steven. We are teaching Flamethrower to multiple people. Teaching Flamethrower to Slowbro. Flamethrower to Mence. There, Dragon Claw. We're not clicking Dragon Claw. I don't think I've... No, I've clicked Dragon Claw on Kingdra. And Fire Blast on Mence as well. I'm gonna do it instead of Rock Tomb because we can use Rock Slide on Arrow if it comes to it. Actually, no, I should have used Rock Tomb on Arrow. It's fine. Is that it? We have... Let me check Pokemon. On Mence, Charcoal, Flamethrower, Rock Slide, Fire Blast, Brick Break, full HP. On Wobbuffet, Shell Bell, Counter, full HP. On Bro, Lumberry, Surf, Slack Off, Flash, Flamethrower. And on Clops, we have Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak, Ice Beam, Earthquake. Shell Bell as well, right? Shell Bell, Charcoal, Lumberry, Shell Bell. After going through Glacia and Drake, I'm not nervous at all anymore. Because even if I lose, even if like the universe conspires for me to lose because I get crit every turn, Serene Grace, Paralysis, everything. Even if everything goes fucking wrong. I will consider this a win for me. It's been 2 years in the making with this fucking game. On and off for several months. Even when I stopped streaming when I had to go to work for so many hours a day, I was constantly thinking about this game because I want to beat it, because I need to beat it in a hardcore nuzlocke. With these magnificent bastards. As my notes say, boys, let's send it. Welcome, Heck. What you see before you is the champion reclaiming his title. I am fortunate to bear witness to these events unfolding. You overcame all difficult situations by working as one with your Pokemon. I knew you would make it here one day. What did you see in your journey with Pokemon? What did you feel meeting so many other trainers like you? What has awoken in you? I want you to hit me with it all. The time has come. Which one shall triumph as champion? Let this glorious battle begin. Alright, Steven leads with a Metagross. There is a like 1 in 20 chance he just clicks Explosion for the fun of it. We're prepared for that in case he does it. We're going to click Counter because he's most likely hitting Meteor Mash. Boom. Metagross down. Because I gave Wobbuffet Shell Bell, I didn't have to care about Wobbuffet's HP. Because now in comes Mewtwo. Completely regardless of how much damage Meteor Mash did, even if it max rolled, because of the Shell Bell, we healed right outside of Shadow Ball death range. If Mewtwo doesn't crit, it also dies to this counter. That is the legendary Mewtwo failed by a guy who can't even physically attack until it's fucking hit. It's been an honor to serve with you, Slowbro. Now Deoxys is faster and takes down Wobbuffet. And we can send in the Clops. Clops Shadow Sneak one-shots Deoxys because this Deoxys' defenses are paper mache. And now it sends out Starmie. The dangerous part here is that while we are not dead to any crits, Jirachi becomes harder if it does crit us. Did not crit. Shadow Ball has a very low chance of killing. Oh no, wait, that's with the spell tag. Alright, it doesn't kill, but Shadow Sneak does. Okay, we are at 217 HP, which is very, very good. Okay, so now Jirachi is going for Meteor Mash, and Jirachi is faster, so I might get an attack boost. Did not get the attack boost. Jirachi's Meteor Mash. Highest roll is 87 damage. So we're still dead to crit. There's the attack boost. So now we Earthquake. So we're dead the next turn regardless of what this Jirachi does. So we're just going to click Shadow Sneak for a little bit of damage. Flops. You were fantastic ever since I caught you. By far the best ghost type I've had. And you put in work this Elite Four. Now we don't even need to risk Slowbro. We can just send in the Ments. Ments is faster than Jirachi. And kills with Flamethrower. And the last Pokemon, Steven's Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl Ancient Power crit kills me. But so does my Rock Slide crit. He can get the Omni Boost if he wants. It doesn't fucking matter. Because yeah, Ments will die here. But even at +2 Omni Boost, Aerodactyl cannot one-shot Slowbro. And putting in the work of a lifetime in this Elite Four. Out comes Slowbro with the steel chair. To conk this Aerodactyl on the dome. And that's fucking Emerald Kaizo. I am done with this game. It has been at the back of my mind for 2 years. For 2 full calendar years. Taunting me that I couldn't beat it. With a couple of attempts ago. That in my greed to try and make Pokemon survived, I lost a tag battle. Had I just let a Pokemon die, I would have won that very run. But this time, no greed. This time, just victories. And my name in the Hall of Fame. Oh, God. That Swellow was beautiful. Oh my God. Thank you for the gift of subs, Rumble. Much appreciated. You didn't have to. Oh wow, Fox also gifted 5 subs. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, guys. Thank you very much for the gifts. I appreciate the both of you so much. I would not have had the mental fortitude to continue with this run if I didn't have you guys to bounce off of. I'm finally free. It's over. Not to be outdone, Lucas also gifted 5. God damn it. Guys, don't. You didn't have to. Please don't. I hate it when my friends spend money on me. I appreciate you a lot, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. But you didn't need to. I think that's also highest hype train has ever gone for me. I'm gonna take a screenshot of these magnificent fucking Pokemon, I swear to God. Armor Cold Dually. Not even that will make me unemotional today. Look at that screen. Look at that screen. You magnificent bastards. It is somehow both more and less than 221 hours. Because this attempt, the in-game time doesn't account for the speed up, and a lot of it, like pretty much the entirety up until Gym 6 was all sped up, aside from the gym leaders. So it doesn't account for that. But of course it's more, because it doesn't account for the hours calcing, the previous runs, all of the attempts I've missed. Yeah, like it doesn't. There's like more and less. Now to get the nostalgic twinge as the credits roll. I've heard this ended song so many times, but never has it meant as much as it is today. I do too much. Shut the fuck up. To be a little bit real with everyone here, 2025 has not been a great year for me. I've been in a lot of struggles. It's been heavy. A lot of personal problems, family problems, a lot of some work issues, but not that many. It is one of the toughest years I probably have had, at least in the last decade. Like even tougher than the COVID years were on me. And as November rolled around, as I managed to get a little bit more free time and I could, breathe, a lot of the problems disappeared. I solved them, moved away from, cut out from my life if necessary. I got to November thinking like, well, I can't end on a low. I can't end 2025 on low. It's taken too much from me already. I cannot let it take the end of the year from me. So I told myself, well, what's one way I could end on a high? And I said, you know what? It'd be really nice if I could finally beat this game. If I could finally just, sit, lock in, play the game out. I'm a different me than I was when I started this game. I have since had my ADHD diagnosis. I have medicine to help regulate it and move on with it. I thought, you know what? I could give this a solid try. Couple of attempts in, I'm like, God, there's something missing. I'm very bad at this. I'm not that great. So I picked up the save state with the Swellow in it, which started at level 4 with the Swellow, with the Tailo. And I said, if I don't beat this, I should probably just put the game down. That it wasn't for me. That I don't deserve to be able to beat it if I can't stick to it. And as difficult as the fights were, and the mistakes I was making compounded on themselves, it kept getting to a point where I was like, nah, it's over. It's Jover. I can't. There's no way. The magma hideout took a lot out of me. The aqua hideout took a lot out of me. The 7th gym took a lot out of me. But then as we beat Seafloor Cavern, as we beat Archie, and I started to go into the 8th gym, and the fights felt a lot easier. They felt a lot straightforward. They felt a lot smoother. I managed to get that feeling of, fuck, I can do this. I can actually do this. And bit by bit, my confidence was growing. Bit by bit, I got more and more motivated to do it. And the day that I cleared Victory Road and got to the doors, I was like, oh fuck, I can do this. And I end 2025 on such a high that the rest of the year be fucking damned. This is what I'm remembering 2025 for. This end screen right here. This the end. This fight. This Elite Four. Even with my fuck up in the middle of not putting a berry on slow roll. This is what I'm taking from this year. And this is something nobody can take away from me. It's been a fucking pleasure to be here with you guys. I love each and every goddamn one of you. And I'm going to end the stream here. And I don't think I'm going to stream until New Year's. I think I'll save that for the 2nd of January. And until then, Emerald Kaizo has been fucking conquered. And I sure as shit deserve every second of it. I will talk to you guys later. Hope you have a lovely day.